The nation of Uganda is a beautiful nation. This nation has a lot of history and a lot to learn. It is fun studying this nation to learn about the religion, the resources it has, the changes that it has overcome, and all of the different aspects that make up the history of this nation. The first thing is that Uganda is a landlocked nation. This is important to know because this is saying that it is bordered by 5 different other nations. So Uganda is in the middle of South Sudan, Tanzania, Kenya, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. So this is very interesting because this has a lot to do with how they trade, how they import, how they export, and how they travel to other nations. And this has to do a lot with their borders and their relationships with the other nations. Uganda is actually 1.3733 degrees north and 32.2903 degrees east. So this is showing the actual location on the map if somebody is wanting to put in the coordinates to see exactly where the nation is. Uganda is made up of mostly plateau land, but it also has few mountain areas. So this is going to mean that there are some areas that are flat, but other areas that are just very mountainous. And this just adds variation to the land, which can be very ideal because you kind of get the best of both worlds. There are tropical areas in this nation, but there are also areas that are not tropical. And again, this is just awesome because it provides the best of both worlds. It kind of gives variation to the nation, so it's not all just one climate or one type of area. So most of the nation has a tropical climate, just like there are tropical areas, but some of it has a semi-arid climate. So there are also a bunch of sources that are in Uganda, and these are actually arts and their crafts and things that the people of Uganda make. So the people of Uganda, I found, are very creative. They love to use their hands. They love to use their resources to make different things. And I also learned that the art tells a lot about each culture within the nation. So the color of the art, the style of the art is going to tell a lot about who made it, where they're from exactly in the nation, and what they do and what they want to do. So woven baskets are made by many, and then pottery is also made by many. And again, the color, the type of pottery, the color of the baskets are going to tell a lot about the people who made them, and also the culture that they come from. So women love to make these things, and even men too, but women can sell them and they can provide for their family in that way. Or this cannot provide for a village or a group of people. I've actually bought things that are made from people in Uganda, and they use that money they come to the U.S. with their things, they sell them, and they use the money for them so that they can provide for their families. So these sources are a great way to even just spread missions into the nation and for people of Uganda to provide for their families. So the 2 main religions in Uganda are Islam and Christianity. There are also other small religions, but these 2 religions are a main topic of focus just because they cover such a broad spectrum in the nation. Believe it or not, Christianity is actually the most widespread and the most rapidly spreading. It has been rapidly spreading since it was first brought to Uganda. Islam actually arrived to the nation first, which many may not believe considering it's not as big as Christianity. But this is actually true. Christianity arrived after Islam, but Christianity continues to grow and impact the nation just as it always has since it arrived. So the resources of the nation, the natural resources are abundant in this nation. The people of the nation use them. They just use them to export to make money and to also use them for themselves. So these resources are copper, cobalt, limestone, salt, and coffee. So mission work is actually very abundant, awesome in this nation. There are just missionaries coming and loving on people to spread Christianity, but this is also happening for Islam. There are actually organizations that will send missionaries out, and again, Islam and Christianity are the most widespread, so these are the missionaries you see most often. So Uganda has actually been an independent nation since October of 1962. There have been many changes in the nation since then, and these changes include mainly the economy and the borders. Uganda is actually the most healthiest economy state that it's ever been. So Uganda is a great nation, and it's just wonderful. And I just hope that everybody else loves to study it as much as I did. It just has great climate, great geography, great religion, great resources, great missions, everything.